Okay, here I'm going to show you how I cut chipboard. I like to use a regular cutting mat. I have a large cutting mat here because I like to also cut foam board, and so this is large enough to use it on everything that I cut. And it is 24 by 36 inches long.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to kind of talk you through both at the same time. Right here, as you can see, I'm trying to cut a straight line, and I'm cutting it at the half-inch mark. So whatever how many inches that is, it's 6.5, 10.5, I don't know. But as you can see, I'm putting the left edge along the little skinny line, which is a half-inch mark, and the broad uh, and the heavier edge along that bottom line. Now the side that has to be parallel to the other side would be the left-hand side along with the right-hand side. If I just happened to have a piece that was square on those two sides, so I was able to use that whole L shape as a guide. And as you can see, since I use that ruler to measure it, it's perfect. And my aim is to cut on my mat in the middle of that broad white line. Okay, here I'm going to cut a full inch. So I have the broad line on the left hand side, the broad line on the bottom, and I'll cut along the broad line on the right. Okay, back to that ruler. As you can see, that ruler is a Logan ruler, and I have a 24 inch. They come in 24 and 40 inches. It has that railing on the side opposite of the numbers, and that tool that I have is a Logan 701-1 straight cutter that rides inside that track of that ruler, which makes it almost impossible to mess up the line. As long as you put enough pressure on the ruler itself, you should be fine. Actually, the first time I ever even tried using this thing, the lines were just cut out beautifully. The trick is just be sure getting your line straight when you start the cut. And a good light is good too. My light is kind of bad. It doesn't look like it's bad on this camera, but it's kind of makes a shadow right there on the right hand side where my thumb is right now. So it's kind of hard for me to see. They have replacement blades for those that Logan straight cutter, and you can get 100 blades for $24. And actually, on the 100 blades, you have 200 sides to cut it on, so you can flip it over and use the other side. So it's very inexpensive to use. I have tried a rotary cutter, and I didn't have much luck with it. You have to have so much pressure down on the cardstock for this cut to stay straight. It likes to pull when you try to cut it with a rotary cutter, where I don't have any trouble at all with this one. And I even purchased a new blade which cost $80 on the rotary cutter. So, and chipboard is very hard on your blades. So that's even our little our Stampin' Up trimmer will cut chipboard, but I wouldn't use good blades on it for sure. Maybe use some older blades if you're going to use your trimmer to cut chipboard. You can trim it by cutting it, then flipping it, and then cutting it again, at the exact same measurements. Here I'm showing you that I can actually trim a little 1/4 inch piece, which I do quite often well, not quite often, but for right now I'm making these little spines for these notebooks that I'm covering. And most of the time they have a little 1/4 inch spine on them. So even with that, it's as you can see, it's very simple to do. Again, wherever I'm cutting, I like to cut it. You put the ruler on the edge of that broad white line in the middle of it, as close as I can, because it's just easier to see. That's the main reason I put it on the white, to line up the ruler. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this little session here, because it will be helpful for you to someday in the near future. I will have links to the bottom of my descriptions that takes you straight to Amazon, but right now I don't, because I'm not joined as an affiliate yet, but I will someday. But so check on the bottom at the description, and that someday might be then. So anyway, I sure appreciate your support by supporting my channel by ordering your products through Amazon, through my link below. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and go ahead and push that like button, subscribe, share. I sure appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.